Tonight Show. I'm your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Welcome, everybody. Now, if you've been watching the show, and I hope you have, you'll know that it's Flu Watch 2005, day 10. I've had the flu. But I'm getting... Give me my graphics. Yeah, Flu Watch 2005. Now, the good news is the flu symptoms have gone. This is the first day of the road to recovery. There's still some bad news, though. I got the antibiotic side effects are still running rampant. I've got the nausea, the lethargy. Thankfully, the constant erection has disappeared. I think, thankfully, anyway. But it's been replaced by another side effect, sore nuts. Very sore nuts. Sore, there you go, sore nuts. Apparently, you can say sore nuts, but you can't write down sore nuts. All right, get rid of that. Now, I've been facing this life-threatening condition all alone. Mine is a story of courage. You know, actually, when you're being sick, it's when I miss being married. You know, someone to change the humidifier, bring you chicken soup, massage your sore nuts. Actually, maybe if my ex-wife had massaged my... Maybe I'd still be... Anyway, speaking of marriage, have you heard of it? This is a true story. There's two straight guys in Canada who are about to get married for tax reasons. Do you hear about this? It's amazing. They're not in love. This is not for sex. It puts a whole new spin on the same-sex marriage issue. I mean, that's the kind of issue that could finally bring the Liberals and the Conservatives together, I think. The red states and the blue states can agree on something. With this, you get all the sanctity of marriage without the worrisome sex part. There's no... Because same-sex marriage is legal in Canada. But these guys are doing it even although they're not romantically involved. Unlike regular marriages, which end without sex and love, this one begins without sex and love. Now, you've got to admit, the Canadians are efficient. They're on top of things. I'm not sure where I stand on the same-sex marriage issue. Like a lot of the men involved in the same-sex marriage thing, I could go both ways. I'm kind of on the down low with it in many ways. I think I'm for same-sex marriage. I believe gay people should have the same right to lead soul-deadening, sexless lives as the rest of us. It shouldn't be all parades and furniture arranging. It shouldn't all be queer eye for the straight guy. You should have some downtime too. The question is, though, if you're going to have a gay marriage, do you have to prove you're gay to be allowed to get married? See, in this country, when a foreigner marries an American, you're required by law to be interviewed by immigration officials to make sure you're genuinely married. So you have to bring them photographs of your courtship and, you know, and your wedding pictures, or you could have a huge argument in front of them, of course. That would help. But the Canadian heterosexual man marriage raises a lot of questions. It does. How do you propose to your straight buddy? During a football game, you wait till there's a commercial break, and then one of you burps and says, you know, dude, we've been hanging out for a long time. You know, can you imagine if you hear that from your pal? Don't even say it, man! You know, then he looks down and says, hey, what's that in the bottom of your beer can? Rattle, rattle. Don't say it, man. You had me at... See, if I did this, can I imagine phoning my mother back in Scotland again and telling her, Mum, I'm getting married again. She says, again? Yes, but it's all right, Mum, and this time it's to a man. Imagine my dad in the background saying, I told you he was a poof. He moved to Hollywood to be among his own kind. No, Dad, it's not what you think. It's just a tax scam. Oh, it's just a tax scam, son. That's fine. That's why I feel much better. Where'd you register for the straight man wedding? Probably Home Depot, just like a regular lesbian couple. You pick out some power tools. What? And at the wedding, two straight guys writing their own vows, I think, would be fantastic. Dude, I promise to, you know. Yeah, and I promise, yeah. But there'll be no kissing at the ceremony. I was just... Now, you may just chest bump your husband. Or a Jewish straight man wedding, there's no breaking of the glass. Just smash the beer can on your forehead. Your honeymoon, you travel around the country going to various hooters. Actually, it kind of makes sense. I kind of like it. It kind of makes sense to marry your buddy. Then you could have affairs and there'd be no consequence. It'd be great. You know, if I married Jude Law, he could sleep with a nanny. I wouldn't care. Actually, you know what? I think I would marry Jude Law for the sex. Come on, he looks like a girl. He does. He's cute. No, but if you can marry your best friend, and then you can have affairs, and your spouse would be proud. You know, you could come home and say, honey, guess who I slept with? And you get no grief, you get a high five and a beer. You'd have to be careful, though, about hanging out with other best friends. You'd have to lie and say you were out having sex with a woman. Because, you know, he might get suspicious and follow your car to the Staples Centre or something like that. Now, I've been divorced twice. It's painful and expensive. It'd be much easier to end a marriage with a straight guy. You just say, are we done? You go, yeah. So, what I'm saying is, I'm in favour of straight guys marrying each other. Well, I guess what I'm really saying is, John, in Atlanta. John, we've known each other for a while now, and I've got really good medical benefits, and I spoke to my accountant, and John, you know what? All right, let's start the show, everybody.